working or anything, is I'm going to be making a live commentary video, and I will be taking suggestions from my subscribers. You can leave it in the comments section. Unless I have problems with this being copywritten, because a lot of these videos, instead of me watching them and then making a commentary, I'm just going to be making a commentary over them. In order to avoid copyright infringement, or if someone decides to report my video for copyright infringement or privacy report or anything, if I get one of those warnings, I'm probably going to have to do this live, but not post it to my YouTube channel. But for now, I will post it to my YouTube channel, at least just to get the ball rolling and get some viewers in here every Saturday. So the first one being my choice, or this first week being my choice, I've decided to go for JaclynGlenn. The reason for this is quite simple, is that she's pretty much screwed herself over, or at least she should have. Screwed herself over, because she was recently exposed as a plagiarist. What a shocker. This doesn't surprise me at all. Pretty much ever since she's been on YouTube, she's been doing plagiaristic material over various topics, mainly religion. I haven't heard an original thought come out of her head. In fact, the only thing I've seen that has been original is that she stood in front of a sign, or she stood with a sign and made some point that more people donated, or more people were interested in a Christian organization, gave no fusses, than they were an atheist organization. And then at the end, they wound up making more money as an atheist organization than they did as a Christian one. Anyway, if that makes any sense to you. But now she's decided to jump on the feminist bandwagon, and she's made several videos, to my knowledge, about feminism. One of the ones that I want to look at right now, if I can spell correctly, transphobic. Yep, offensive transphobic prank. Now, I was going to originally make a normal, video commentary about this, but this is the very definition of a SJW. If you guys wanted to know what's an SJW, can you give me an exact example? This video pretty much is exactly what everyone is talking about when they mean SJW, or at least most people. Some people say by the mere fact of defending someone, someone's an SJW. It depends on what they're defending. But this is the very definition. Essentially, feeling offended for someone, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with you. You feel like you have to go and defend this person, even though it, like I said, it has nothing to do with you, and you obviously don't know what it's like to be in their shoes, but you're going to defend them anyway. So in this video called Offensive Transphobic Prank, she decides that she's going to defend actually nobody, because all that happens, all Paul's ego said, and I agree with him, is that it's a woman walking around with I think a cucumber in her underwear, trying to get guys to hit on her, and then she turns around, surprise, it looks like she has a dick. What a surprise. And these people are going to make a huge issue out of it. Of course, the 3 friends that JaclynGlenn now has, other than the Amazing Atheist and all that, since she can't run over to the Amazing Atheist channel anymore, she's decided to surround herself with people just as dumb and stupid as she is. So these are the people that have decided to step up and fill that gap, and they were made laughing stocks in this video. This video has 2,862 likes. Just over 5,000 dislikes, so this should be interesting. Let's go ahead and start this.
I am here with Bria and Chrissy, and I'm going to show them a prank that a couple of my friends posted on Facebook, and they found it extremely offensive. I've showed it to a couple of my friends, and I've gotten mixed reactions. Some people think it's funny, some people get really offended, so I'm going to play it for you guys, and then we're going to talk about it. Ready for this?
Hi guys, I'm here at Panama City Beach looking to meet some hot dudes, but my balls itch. This is the hot chick with a package prank.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah, so the first reaction I had
Ridiculous.
was acting is terrible. Like, it reminds me of, like, beginning of, like, porn or something.
This is acting?
Ooh, my balls itch. So she's pretending to have...
They're not supposed to be acting.
And this is how they react.
Hey, excuse me? Can I ask you to put some suntan lotion on my back real quick? Thank you so much.
I think I'm in heaven right now.
You are?
Yeah.
We should do something crazy.
We should.
Like what?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
You got a room?
I got a room. You got a room?
Yeah, but I just checked out of it.
Oh, you did? Are you leaving today?
Yes, ma'am.
It's kind of uncomfortable for the wrong reasons.
Is this a Come on, we could each other off in the car on the way
Oh
over.
my God.
What? Come on.
Yeah, it's in poor taste, especially with how much like people are progressing right now and like the
Well,
conversation.
and how important it is to continue.
Just like Paul's ego said, it's funny because it's a woman with a dick, and these guys that are just coming over there are finding out, oh,
So
like
offensive,
these women are upset that they're not interested in dudes and
backwards
transgenders.
and I can't imagine where mentally the person is that thought this might be a great joke to put on the internet. You know?
I think it's a little passe, and I think that because people have progressed a lot in the last 10 years, that I think it's kind of like. Oh my God.
You're all sandy. How am I supposed to rub this in when you got all this sand
Just
over?
do it hard. I usually like it harder.
I mean, you don't tell
You
me
couldn't have said anything that's better than that.
It's funny because these guys are like they're heterosexual, but it turns out
All three massage.
like she's not. Oh my God! The joke flies over their head, like soars over their head.
Let's hop on over.
Oh my God, that's nice.
Oh, what the f?
What? What?
Hey, let's get out of here with that.
You guys aren't cool? It's just a
It's really classless when she says it's just a dick.
Yeah, it's she.
Yeah.
'Cause it is.
In this whole thing as well. I mean,
It's less about like the guys reacting because they're being,
they're being pranked.
They're being
and
pranked
gonna
in it,
react
but
how
her
they're
reaction
react,
is
but
really-
her involvement in the whole process of this all being a joke is disturbing.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like, I get it that people are offended by this, but at the same time, she's being really sexual with these people. You know, like she's getting them to touch her. She's with the guys just before. She was like, "Oh yeah, just rub it in hard. I like it hard." Anyways, like she's being very over the top sexual, knowing
This whole
that
thing just feels so transphobic
like
to me.
yeah, but like I feel like she's setting them up to react.
She is setting them
You know,
up.
like-
I mean, think about it. If
No
you
shit.
were, say,
No shit.
out and about, and then you're expecting something, and then to have somebody
These people are
completely kind
so
of
stupid.
blindside you, and they're not.
And they're
not
featured
saying
prominently in
insulting
Jaclyn
remarks
Glenn's
to her,
videos.
They're just obviously uncomfortable because they feel like they've been tricked. And I mean, probably some of them feel justified in that because they're expecting one thing. She is being very sexual, and then not being upfront about what's actually going on.
Yeah.
But they're not being insulting to her. She's the one that is really causing all of the.
But then there's the
negativity.
argument where somebody trans would be like, why do I have to be upfront about the fact that maybe I have.
No, I don't. I completely agree with that, and I think we're
Because you're coming off a certain
But she's
certain
not
way,
saying that
and you don't want to
she's not saying
manipulate
that
someone
in
and give them the
any
wrong
way,
idea,
but
knowing
she's
that you
doing
look a
well,
certain way.
And she's in a Panama City Beach, which could be a conservative area. Like these people aren't
It's kind of
reacting, I think,
hypocritical for these people to say they're
so
being,
far, you're being
or the woman's being
more,
manipulative, and then say that,
what's the
oh
word?
well,
Like less negatively
trans
reacting than I
people
think so.
should be
Yeah,
manipulative
a lot of
and
comments
not
in this
tell
video
like.
were saying things that they were kind of shocked that this girl wasn't physically hurt. That these guys didn't get mad to the point where they like slapped her or hit
Yeah.
her or did something violent.
Well, she's
Yeah,
in a
because they don't
public
know.
place and it wouldn't matter, and they
don't
didn't
know,
go
and
that
this is-
far
this is
anyway.
actually very serious. It's a very dangerous thing because there is something called trans panic that people have used in defense in court to get off the hook for murder.
What?
Because they didn't know that their partner was trans, and when they found out, they were very violent, and that it's like a legitimate defense that people have used. Trans panic. It's very serious and very dangerous.
While I wouldn't go to the point of murder, if you're giving off
you never know. I mean,
the
she's
impression
in a public place,
that
it's probably
you're-
helpful in the middle of the day. Obviously, there are cameramen. And people.
if you're giving off the impression that you're a certain gender and you never at all, like you get to the point where you're about to have sex and then you're like, oh, by the way, I have a dick. Like, you don't think that would be wrong? Like, well, I'm not saying that you should go out and murder someone. To react in like, are you serious? Why didn't you tell me? Like, type of way. I'm not surprised at all.
Around that could come to her rescue if she needed it, but also she's putting herself in a very scary situation. I know you guys have worked with trans people before, and I have close friends who are trans, and the reason why I didn't know about this video is because they posted it. Because they were really hurt by it.
Of course.
I mean, it's hard enough, you know, because you are trying to struggle with dating life and accepting yourself, and then you see something like this, and it promotes this reaction of disgust.
So which one of these three
you know?
people are
And it's
transgender?
Yeah.
And it's how could that?
Because right now we just have straw men.
How would
Oh,
that
I
make you
talked
feel?
to some
Okay,
transgender and they
no,
found
I'm
it
definitely
offensive.
not
Maybe
feeling
1 out of
because
10.
what if they react like this?
It's validating, allowing people to act that way.
The very definition of an
I know there was
SJW.
before who said they thought it was
I
funny.
feel
I
offended
said, but if you were trans,
for
it was funny, and then immediately
to someone that has absolutely nothing to do with me.
So if you're out there and you're watching this and you're not sure, just put yourself in someone else's position and imagine watching this as a trans person and how it could be extremely hurtful. Because I can't imagine how it would be. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they were necessarily
Almost
trying to
3,000
be,
people found it understanding, and over 5,000 people didn't find it understanding.
Yeah, I don't think they were being malicious.
Yeah, but it's 2015. Like,
Yeah.
you know better than to do stuff like this. Period.
Again, it's not like they went all the way like and got to the room and then was like, "Oh, surprise!" This is literally like maybe 5 minutes of them knowing each other.
No, you're good.
Are you sure? It could be crazy though, like think about it.
Not really my cup of tea.
Oh.
But I appreciate the offer. You have a good day.
Aww. That's the first guy that we've
Very
seen
respectful.
that is obviously not. He's very respectful of all people, and that is a more appropriate response.
I'm already getting Wait, hold on. I need to tell you something before we get there.
What's that?
I have a dick.
You have a dick?
Yeah, but everything else is a girl.
Anything? Are you serious? I'm just gonna go talk to them over there.
Okay, well before you go, I need to tell you something. Stupid prank. I got a camera right here.
This is actually a really good prank. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a
I
lot.
don't even like the laughing, because then it's like, oh, okay, like this is all a joke. Like that didn't just happen to me. I'm
Yeah.
still validated.
It feels like he was like embarrassed by the fact that he just got caught.
Well, I mean, he was super sexual. He's probably one of the most sexual of all of them. He's like, yeah, let's go back to my room right now. So that might have been a little bit of an uncomfortable laugh. Going
So
on.
whose fault is this? Is it the woman's fault? Is it the people coming up to it? Because they're saying, oh,
36 million views. That is
they're saying, oh, the guys are being sexual. Oh, but the woman's being sexual too. So whose fault is this? Like, can you guys make up your freaking minds?
so upsetting.
What I kind of
Oh, it got popular. That's terrible.
It's cool.
That's kind of what I think about your videos.
It's 2015. There has to have been someone.
That's what I was gonna say.
400,000 subscribers for plagiarism and bullshit like this.
Right.
That's what pisses me off.
Yeah, the people who were making this video are people that would have reacted like these men here.
Yeah, no, they were trying to have this reaction, and I feel like if they had other people who were cool with it, they probably filtered it out. You know, I feel like they probably put in the most extreme cases because they wanted to make the point that it's disgusting to find out this type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's definitely
It is.
promoting-
And it's only.
But it's not disgusting. It's disrespectful
Otherwise, it could have been a really amazing.
to not reveal this. And
Yeah.
Or had a positive.
even if this was real, like the fact that she revealed it, like at that point, like after whatever 5 or 10 minutes of like rubbing lotion on someone, is more respectful than waiting until you get back to the room and then being like, oh, surprise. Like that's a big waste of time if that happens, knowing that some people are not into that kind of thing. So it would be more on the transgendered person's fault for allowing that to escalate as far as it did. But the fact that if this was a real transgendered woman ending it there or showing like, oh, by the way, like that's more respectful than waiting.
Positive impact in some way if it had been completely the other direction, but that's obviously not the point of this website or this video.
I mean, you would have had to have a different girl too for something like that, because her just being like,
Yeah, her being okay
mean,
with going along with all of it.
it's just a dick, like just being way over the top. Like no one would actually act that way. So I feel like it was setting them up for failure to some degree, and I feel like the people who made this video were out to prove a point. that
And
it's
her
gross.
saying too at the end when she's like, with him. She's like, well, all the other parts are girl, all the other girl parts are real, or whatever. If you're trans and that happens to be the genitalia that you possess and you identify as female, you are completely female. Like, it just is, it's just so upsetting.
Well, on that note, I want
Not
to
exactly.
thank Ray and Chrissy for doing this video. It was kind of a last second thing. I wanted to get your reaction because
Yep, and you got mine too. So basically, this is like the opposite of the video I did with that I made about A. Salieri. So while he's completely transphobic, these people are so accepting that they ignore anything, you know, that could be wrong with the issue. How did it? Now I made a short video about this, and I was going to upload it today, but I wasn't feeling too well when I started recording this. But this how to deal with haters, and I just so happened to see this video. It's at 22,000 videos. It's by a person named Melanie Murphy. Not as scrutinized as the last one, probably because it's not as popular. Where was the? Oh yeah, I just looked at it differently. But like I said, JaclynGlenn, since she can't run to the Amazing Atheist, is now running to any freaking body she can in order to have that shield that she can use when someone criticizes her. This is shortly after what? Oh yeah, I think it was the Women on YouTube video. Which, you know what? This is like part of a 3-part thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Women on YouTube. I'm going to do the Women on YouTube video first because we have a 3-parter here. Because they made this video. People criticize the crap out of it. Like, how many dislikes is this at? Oh my god. It's even worse than the last one. This one has 4,400 likes and 11,500 dislikes. Wow. Probably because this is very hypocritical, makes absolutely no sense, and has been heavily scrutinized. But it's part of a 3-parter because shortly after this video was made, and all the criticism happened, JaclynGlenn ran to her channel again to get support and sympathy from her fans so they can say, oh no, it's not all bad. That's what she does all the time. She gets criticized and then runs to someone else to help her out and make her feel all better again and nothing's wrong in the world. But she made that video, and then conveniently a few days later she's on another person's channel making a video about how to deal with haters. So let's go ahead and respond to this. We're going to do this 3-parter.
Describe my experiences.
Luckily, this is only 2 minutes and 50 seconds, but this video is freaking hilarious.
Careful.
empowering.
Brave.
It's very, very brave to be on YouTube and upload a video. I'm taking a big risk uploading this to YouTube right now. And you know what? Let's go ahead and take this further. Let's go ahead and instead of women on YouTube, let's make it fat people on YouTube. So let's go ahead and do this.
There's a lot of judgment when it comes to women and the kind of content they create.
People tend to sexualize you.
I just want to be out there and really empower girls with sexuality.
Again, as so many people made fun of this part. These idiots put these two clips together of, oh, I'm sexualized as a woman on YouTube. I want to empower women with sexuality. They decided to edit that together. What world are these people living in? Why would you do such a thing? Did you not look at the video as you were editing it? Let's put those clips right next to each other. That'll make total sense.
But for some reason, when I empower young generation with sexuality, I'm seeing...
Also, keep in mind that JaclynGlenn, who is saying that she is sexualized on the internet, posed for fucking Playboy. These people are so stupid. The fact that she has 400,000 subscribers, this woman has 600,000 subscribers, is beyond me. And someone even posted, I think over here in the suggestions, if you just so happen to be looking at this video, a guy by the name of TLDR made a video about it and said, there's even a video over here on the side. It says lesbian fantasy, and it's these two freaking women kissing. And all their videos are freaking sexualized. Most of them. One of them, they're freaking tongue lassoing each other at the end of every freaking video.
As a slut.
instead of focusing on things that you're saying and the points.
Don't act like one and people won't call you.
You know, what you look like that day or how much they would like to do certain things to you.
And it affects me because I'm a woman and I'm gonna be mother one day.
I could be
I'm gonna be mother one day.
Personal story about some hardship that I've gone through. Yet, you know, a large number of comments will be, "Show me your tits."
Tell me some of the new comments.
And again, as everyone has pointed out, every person on YouTube gets these comments. It's not just women, it's not just men, it's not just transgendered people. Every person gets these comments on YouTube. I constantly get comments calling me fat. Everyone who's fat gets comments calling them fat all the time. So you can use, like I said, just instead of women on YouTube, make it fat people on YouTube. You get the same freaking reaction, same freaking things. But no one's whining this much. But women are constantly, I love where I paused this video, by the way. Women are constantly making these videos saying that they're scrutinized and criticized and everything. What? How dare we criticize? Like, everything's so sexualized. Everything is so based on gender. And these people, they find any reason to be a victim.
I have this ability of blocking off everything that is bad. You're just
I receive criticism and I just ignore it.
Go do your makeup. Show
That's
us
what 11,000 dislikes.
I wouldn't even rape you.
I had a conversation with who said that, listen, Olga, if you're not getting lots of opportunities, your channel will disappear. And
This turns out to be Sexy Phil, by the way, or Philip
you
DeFranco.
go back to basics and spread your legs.
People have described in detail in an email that took 15
Because that's all you do. Like,
Bria should wrap me up in duct tape until I suffocate to death, and then those people could come and watch.
I can put a lot of thought into something, and I can put my heart into something, and sometimes I'll say it, and I'll make a video that is probably great, and I won't even post it, because I feel like people are gonna look at it, and, you know, they won't take it seriously.
Just because you think that some people might not appreciate what you brewing up in your head, just go for it and push it out there.
Why do you think it takes 200 channels to find the top 20 female channels?
That's really embarrassing.
As a woman,
most of the top YouTube channels are corporations, music channels, PewDiePie. I think PewDiePie is very low because now, since we have all these corporations, music channels and everything, they're all up in the top. It takes a while, like probably around 200, to get to the level that a lot of these, what us in the low count would consider famous YouTubers. It still takes a long time to get to that, to get to the very top.
I am offered far less money than my male counterparts.
And as someone said, as many people, everyone to my knowledge has said, this comment was absolutely bullshit. She pulled this directly from her ass and just posted it on this video. You know, let's go ahead and say that we're paid less on YouTube, even though we're not. And I don't think there's a place for you to put in your gender when you go to do monetization, and it makes no sense. Again, these people, I guess, didn't think anyone else would do their research, so they just posted it, and whatever, just say whatever.
Have similar views and subscribers.
I've actually had to come to the point where I make a fake email that's a man. Mine is Ryan, and he will respond to emails from brands for me, and he will negotiate for me.
To the whole society, as a woman, I would like to say,
What
listen,
brand?
we pop babies out of our vaginas. We can do anything.
Before you
And as Paul's ego on Drunken Peasant said, congratulations on being born the gender that just so happens to pump babies out of their vaginas. And also in regards to JaclynGlenn and her, I have a fake email account and it's Ryan or whatever. What does she do when they finally figure out, oh, it's not Ryan? Is she implying that these people decide, oh, well, never mind, we're not going to brand? Like, to my knowledge, most of the big branding and the big money on YouTube goes to women because they're doing, a lot of women do these makeup channels and they get sponsorships from these makeup companies. There was, Michelle Phan, I think, was one of the top grossing YouTube channels because she had a deal with a makeup company or whatever. She's doing fine on YouTube, but these people are going to feel offended for her because SJWs need to feel offended for every single person, women, transgender everyone.
Say something negative, or before you spread more hatred because of whatever insecurity you have about yourself, just think about the impact that you could have if you chose to say something positive. Something positive that I'm willing
They want
to bet
nothing but positive
I
feedback.
told you.
This video isn't retarded. It's a genius look at. So that was that video. Now let's go to the second part, because then after the huge amount of dislikes on this video, JaclynGlenn decides, if she hasn't deleted it, but she has an act of not deleting anything, which I guess is a good thing. Yeah, Donald Trump. That's a good thing to talk about. Here it is. So the second video in this series is JaclynGlenn saying that she's not a misogynistic feminazi.
Hey guys, so I want to start off by saying being a woman on the internet is just...
You know what? I'm going to take a guess at what she does here. She says everything in her woman on YouTube video, and then she's going to come over here and act like, oh, no, I wasn't that serious about it. No, I'm just kidding. Like, I'm just going to take a guess and say that that's what happened. Of course, she goes on her channel, 4,000 likes, 700 dislikes, back to her shelter, back to where she can just throw up her fans as a meat shield, no criticism, nothing but positive feedback. Just, bravo, bravo.
It is so hard. So recently, I was on a video. Now this is a video that was filmed about a month ago. I was on a video on my friends Bria and Chrissy's channel. And this video, I forget the exact title of it, but it was something about being a woman on the internet, and it has gotten a lot of hate.
She forgot the title.
To some of the,
like I said, in this video, she's going to pretend like, oh, it was just a video that I was in. I didn't take it too seriously, and I just said a bunch of stupid stuff.
Seen about that video. People have tweeted me about it. I have seen several video responses to that video. So this is going to be me kind of talking about that and also recent events that I've been going through into one video. Because I am being
How long
called
is
at
this?
the same time a feminazi and
Kind of are.
an anti-feminist, if that's even possible. I'm actually taking this as a compliment, because if
Well,
I'm not either extreme...
You kind of are both of those things, because you're a feminazi because you're finding any way to make women look like they're vulnerable and what's the word? I don't know, looked down upon, scrutinize. I forgot what the exact word is. You're trying to make it look like they're in such a bad situation, and in doing so, you're making the whole feminist movement look retarded. You're just joining Anita Sarkeesian in that same level, looking like a freaking idiot when you make videos like this. So I guess you should go back to plagiarizing famous atheists and making religion videos.
Or each extreme is calling me...
And you know what? Isn't that funny? Because she's doing the natural, progression on YouTube. She's talking about religion. She gets a little bit famous, and now people have called her a plagiarist. But she's going on to the next progression where, oh, well, now she's doing the Lacey Green. Now she's going to talk about feminism and stuff like that. It's whenever... It's a natural progression. You run out of stuff to talk about with atheism. Now you're going to run and talk about freaking feminism as well.
The other extreme, that must mean that I'm doing something good, at least in my opinion. Now, the video that I was in, I'm going to say a few things about it. First of all, I asked for my unedited take because there were things in it that I thought that I said that were good, that weren't included, that I feel like would have helped in this video, but I guess it couldn't.
Like
be
I
found.
said.
Also, there were other dramatic parts of that video that involved...
What a coincidence.
YouTubers, which started a fight. I'm sorry, I know people are asking me to comment, but I am not going to comment on that because I
It was
not there
XXY Phil.
during that situation, and I'm going to let them deal with it personally. What I will, however, comment on are the things that I said and the point
I
of
cannot
what
wait.
we're trying to get at. Now, I have said this in many of my videos before, and I think I might have even said it that day, but it wasn't used. There are a lot of horrible trolls on the internet. This is something that everyone knows. It's not something that I don't even cry about. And actually, when they asked me to pick just one word to describe my experience on YouTube, I didn't say that it was something that brought me down or made me sad or hurt my feelings or made me feel lesser than. The word I chose was empowering.
As a woman on YouTube, I would describe my experience as careful.
Empowering. Brave. I'm also aware that men get a lot of hate too. All of the time. It is not a thing that plagues women on the internet.
Like I said, she is going to go throughout this video, I assume, and just say that, oh, well, this was different, and I meant to say this, and this was edited out and this was changed. And so why didn't you say anything about it? Why didn't you say, oh, this video is making us look retarded, so why don't we take it down, or admit that we didn't do it wrong, or at least my part, remake the video and just not include me in it. But that didn't happen. The video's still up, and JaclynGlenn is going to sweep this all under the rug by making a whole bunch of excuses as to why it was complete nonsense.
A lot of the criticisms that I saw were involving people thought that me, including the other women in the video, were trying to say that look at how hard it must be for us, that we have this very unique problem. That's not what I was trying to say.
That's exactly what you said, and if you weren't trying to say it, you should have paid more attention to what you were saying.
Talking about what it's like to be a woman on the internet, and of course I knew that was the direction that they were going, but I was, in fact, answering the question, what are some of the hate comments that you got on the internet? Not something that I cry about. It's annoying sometimes, but it's not something that's going to ruin my life, or something that I don't expect, or something that would deter me in any way. I've been doing this for like 5 years.
The complete opposite of what was in the video. What a shocker. It's funny, however, when she's called out on something, she makes a video saying, oh, it was all different, you guys don't understand. A lot of misunderstandings with JaclynGlenn.
We are aware of the kinds of things that people say. We're aware of trolls. It doesn't bother us enough to stop making the video. But it's not something that's going to ruin our lives or shake who we are to the point of making us depressed and sad and unable to create content. That wasn't the point of the video. The point of the video was to say that sometimes there are things that women get told that are pretty shitty, and here they are, internet. It was never a statement of saying men don't get these things. I'm sure men could make a video of the hateful comments they get on the video, and if you watched my last video, there are some things that uniquely plague men on the internet. Now, I feel like a lot of those comments and criticisms were, understandable, because it wasn't explicitly clear that that was at least my position, even though I think that I might have said that.
So the way I'm seeing this is she makes a video, women on YouTube, gets heavily criticized, then she decides, oh, well, now I'm going to post about how men are affected on YouTube, and that'll make everything better. Maybe it didn't, maybe it did, I don't know, but then she makes a video saying she's a misogynist, a feminazi, and sarcastic speak, just like she does in a lot of videos, clickbait. And the third step is the next one, where it's like, what the fuck? Like,
something that I absolutely do not like. But I will say that a lot of the criticisms about the sexualization of women did kind of irritate me a little bit. Because, and let me explain, 2 of the clips that were put together were not edited at all in a good way. I said that I don't think everything that women do needs to be sexualized. I want to explain a little bit the context of that comment and where my brain was that day. We had just gotten done filming a video where women touched another woman's vagina for the first time, and this was a video that they have, a part of a series that's been running on their channel to talk about body positivity and why things like that don't need to be sexual, and why people should just get over
more
it.
clickbait from their channel. Their whole channel, to my knowledge, is clickbait.
After we said that she wanted to empower people with their sexuality. That was part of the theme of the video that we did before. And whenever I commented on that video, they told me to say what I felt the point of the experiment was and how I felt about it. And in that speech, or in that comment that I made, I said I don't think that this needs to be sexualized, and not everything women do needs to be sexualized. So whenever they're asking me about things like that in the second video that we filmed on the exact same day, my brain was still in that thought process in saying not everything I do needs to be sexualized, and it is frustrating whenever everything that I do is sexualized. That's not to say that I think talking about sex or making sexual comments is always a bad thing. And this is important, and this needs to be said. Someone who criticized our video, I forget their name, there were a lot of really good points made in that video, but one of the things that they said that I didn't agree with was where they showed a clip of Olga and a friend of hers, and they had their boobs out, and they were in bras or something, and they were bouncing around like this and having a great time. Then they went on to show some of my Playboy photos, and then they went on to show Chrissy, who was also speaking in this video. They showed some of her videos where she was, kissing her girlfriend, and
she's talking about TLDR. And it's over here in the comments. So nice for her not to give the source of the video.
They were being sexual, and some of their thumbnails were sexual, obviously grabbing for attention. This is not uncommon. Everyone on YouTube does this type of thing.
But you don't have to.
It's not being hidden. And then those clips and photos and examples were used to say that obviously we deserve to be sexualized in everything that we do, because look, we're putting our sexuality out there. Now I feel like this has 2 sides.
You sexualize
Yes,
yourselves.
I agree. If there's a video of me in a bra and I'm bouncing around and someone's like, tits, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so super offended. If I have a Playboy photo that's posted and someone's like, oh my god, you're so hot, I just want to blah da 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 da, you know, whatever, I kind of expect that to agree. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I'm super offended. I can't believe you said that. You're sexualizing me. I'm so offended. But if I post a video that's a heartfelt video where I'm explaining a time in my life where I was going through a very difficult situation, where I, you know, was really struggling with a lot of personal issues, and I'm opening up to the internet and I'm talking about that, and I get a comment, a very vulgar comment about, you know, something somebody wants to do to me, or a rape threat, or something of that nature, yeah, those are the kinds of comments and those are the types of things that we were trying to point out. Those are the things that I don't really think are okay.
But as you said in the beginning of this video, and again,
comment something like that on a video, no. Is it ruining my day? No. Is it going to be the end of my life?
But you act like it is.
Another video on the internet because I'm just so hurt. No. But I also don't see anything wrong in pointing out the fact that some things happen that are ridiculous on the internet. Again,
it's kind of ridiculous that you're pointing it out.
Ever get comments of that nature. And I feel like if I post any video at all pointing out something like that, or pointing out any inequality I see at all between men and women, I'm labeled a feminazi or a radical feminist. And at the same time, if I post a video about men, how men don't have equal rights in certain settings, or if men sometimes don't have the upper hand in certain situations that can get them into bad situations, I'm called a woman hater. I feel like there's a time and place.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure not a lot of people call you a woman hater, but it looks very strange when you're making one video saying that women are vastly like sexualized on YouTube, and then you get criticized. Then you got to make a video about men getting comments or whatever on videos. One of these is a lot more in detail than the other, and guess which one? The feminist one, the one where you're talking about women, not the men. So, yeah, people still call you a feminazi even though you're making men videos, because it feels like you have to do that in order to appease both sides, and you're trying to cover up how much of a feminazi you actually are.
For everything. There are some times where I will post a video on the internet about women's rights because I feel like there's something that's not equal. There might be a politician who's attacking the right to choose. I'll make a video about that. Someone might make a sexist comment like Donald Trump. I might make a video about that. But just because I'm pointing out issues for women does not mean that I am saying that men are the sole reason, because a lot of times whenever I get hateful comments, like for example,
You come out with ridiculous reasons to defend women.
More hate came towards me from
And
women
pointless.
than men. This is something that I have talked extensively about in a lot of my live streams. I've made comments about it on my Twitter, Facebook. I think I mentioned it in videos before too. If not, I'm mentioning it here. I get more hate on a lot of the stuff that I do that's sexual from women than men. So videos that I post about women's rights are not attacking men. Normally it's attacking some kind of political system or widespread ideology that does not only apply to the way men think. That, I'm sorry, does not make me a feminazi. If you look through my videos, I have so many videos of me talking about extreme radical feminists and the problems that I have with them. It's put me on the shit list for a lot of feminists for a lot of time, and I've taken a lot of heat for it. So whenever I do speak out about an issue that I do agree with...
This reminds me of like the Clinton reasoning. Oh, I have, or at least this is if you follow the Democratic debate, I have big banks making ad videos against me and I'm being called out by them. Obviously, I can't be supporting them when they're calling me out or whatever. And then Bernie Sanders says, yeah, obviously you've scared them so much that they're still donating $15 million to you. This is kind of the same reasoning. I can't be a feminazi because I've made some videos about men. Like, and then you go freaking... Here's the thing. If you're making reasonable arguments for men or whatever, but then you're making dumb ones for women, it makes it sound like you're trying your best to come up with defenses for women who make stupid arguments on YouTube. And when that happens, you are perceived more on the women's side. I'm just calling it that because I don't know another word for it right now, but you seem to be more on the women's side when you're making dumb arguments for them. See what I'm saying?
I wonder, what is it that people expect? Do they expect me to never ever talk about women's issues ever for the fear that it might possibly offend a man out there who thinks that now I'm being a feminazi because I'm talking about periods? That's a bigger issue that might need to be thought about. The last video that I posted was in regards to rape allegations against somebody who I know very well. I was neither defending or supporting this person. I was simply asking
So it was a pointless video.
like a lot of the evidence coming out against him is either fake or exaggerated. A lot of that has been proven. A lot of that has yet to be determined. But I wasn't trying to say anything for or against. I was simply asking questions. I was simply saying that some things might need to be looked at in more detail before the mock.
This is like the reasoning that some of the most dumb people come up with to talk about a subject. Oh, I was just asking questions. A lot of journalists use this excuse when they start delving into things that don't really need to be delved in. Paparazzi, into celebrities, stuff like that. Oh, I'm just asking questions. No, you just so happen to be a part of the thing. You made a video to get some views. I think you had plenty of views. 800,000 views on the subject. And by your own admission, I guess you accomplished absolutely nothing because all you did was ask questions.
Mentality takes over and we attack this person for something that has not been proven legally in court. But regardless of that, people have already jumped to a verdict of guilty, which in my opinion felt very wrong. And pointing that out got me like so much hate from people. A lot of feminist groups came after me and attacked me. They said that I was a rape apologist. I was supporting rape culture. Really?
Well, the more important thing about this is that this is a person who, after you conveniently started talking to, you started appearing on in interviews, on various shows. You started appearing here and there. Conveniently after you started talking to him, so that comes across almost as a Zoe Quinn type of situation where, oh, I knew this guy, and because I'm a woman, possibly done some things because by her own admission, they were dating. Got her some benefits in the end, and JaclynGlenn has 400,000 subscribers, so what kind of benefits, I don't know, but...
I'm a very skeptical person. I'm a skeptical person in everything that I do, and this has gotten me into a lot of trouble with a lot of people that want me to believe without evidence. Now this applies to my views on religion, and this applies to my views on things.
And also, if JaclynGlenn got rewards for dating Toby, she might make some excuses in his favor.
Somebody did something, so whether or not there's any evidence, I'm just going to have to believe it, because if not, I'm victim blamed. I don't like feeling pressured into holding a certain opinion just because it's going to make somebody else happy. That's not how I operate. I've been that person before, and I refuse to be that person again. I like to consider myself, and I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, a reasonable person. But that doesn't mean that I'm closed-minded to learning new things. If I said that I wasn't sure of something...
The fact that every time you're criticized, you run to your channel, or as it was back in the day, you ran towards your friends in the atheist community, the Amazing Atheist. You received criticism on one video, maybe some sexualized comments, but the first thing that happened was Cult of Dusty made a video saying, "How dare you guys make fun of JaclynGlenn and everything, white knighting you to hell." And the fact that you've had to do that in the past, like, what do you mean? Like, you cannot take criticism. You can't. You run to your fans. You run to the you used to run to the Amazing Atheist. Now you run to these girls, like we're about to see in the next video that I show.
I know how to feel about a certain thing, so I'm going to stay out of it, or I'm going to say, I'm sorry, I refuse to just take everything that you say at face value and not question it.
You probably should have just stayed out of it and not made a comment at all.
Presented to me, I'm totally there with you. I totally support you. I would totally help out in any way that I can. I would change my beliefs. I would believe in whatever. If I had the proof in front of me, and until that happens, I'm going to stay the way that I am. But that doesn't mean that I am closed-minded. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to look for that evidence. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to question both sides of something. It's not saying that I'm not going to question myself. If I come off as being too one-sided of an argument, even if it's something that I strongly believe in, if somebody presents me with enough of a case to think otherwise, I'll think.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this video. 2 minutes. We're just have 2 minutes. It's probably going to be nonsense for the last 2 minutes, but there's a video over here on the side called Booze and Bullshit Show, and and the title is JaclynGlenn Spins Backlash from Women on YouTube video. I'm going to take a quick look at this video, see what this person says, see if they kind of mirror the thoughts that I have, and then we'll get into the third video on JaclynGlenn.
Welcome to the Booze and Bullshit Show. So I know I told you guys I was going to do a fan video this time, but JaclynGlenn, she responded to all the hate comments that she's been getting about that stupid fucking video that she did last week. So I figured I would respond to her response and just point out how ridiculous that is. And I'll get to the fan video as my next video. So let's see her excuse for being in that stupid video.
point of the video was to say that sometimes there are things that women get told that are pretty shitty, and here they are, internet. It was never a statement of saying men don't get these things. I'm sure men could make a video of the hateful comments they get on the video.
You know, Jaclyn, if that's the point that you're trying to get across, you really didn't hit the mark. I mean, the editor, and that may be what they told you. But the fact is, it was edited in a poor me type of way. So forgive us for seeing it the way that it was edited and getting the idea that, yeah, you're kind of saying poor me, but I understand that there's been a lot of criticism, so you want to backtrack a bit and say, oh, well, no, this is what we meant to say. Well, the fact is, what you said is bullshit, and it really doesn't fit what you're saying there. Let me just show you this little clip. It really does not fit in with what you just said.
Instead of focusing on things that you're saying.
And hold on, not to mention that she can always go back. Like, we have no way to prove this, that this was the way it was edited wrong or whatever. We have no way to prove this, so therefore we're just taking her word on it, and she expects us to do that. But we have no way to prove that what she's saying is actually true in her apology. This reminds me of her plagiarism video. Like, the fact that people are just buying into this hook, line, and sinker is just, she makes stupid arguments, stupid reasons behind whatever, and then all she has to do is just say, oh, well, you guys misinterpreted it wrong, and then her fans just eat it all up.
Instead of focusing on things that you're saying and the points you're trying to make, they'll focus on, you know, what you look like that day or how much they would like to do certain things to you.
You see, your whole video was about how difficult it is for a woman on YouTube. How your opinions aren't taken seriously just because you're a woman, and you're just seen as a sexual object.
So I'm going to watch this video later, but I'm going to go ahead and play the third video in this series, and oh my god. This next video, because it came out 3 days ago, so I'm assuming it's the newest one. And like I said, it goes from making that stupid video, making some stupid apology video, and now it's how to deal with haters. So she realizes that she's going to get criticism on YouTube. She realizes that there's trolls out there. She realizes all this. So, but how does she deal with actual, criticism or whatever, if she describes them as haters? But now she's appearing on someone else's channel. What a surprise. I guess whenever something bad happens to JaclynGlenn, she needs to appear on as many channels as possible to cover up the fact that she made some stupid video. Let's go ahead and look at this. Another video that's rated pretty high because, again, very whatever. 374,000 subscribers, Melanie Murphy, and and on this video it has 132 likes, 120 dislikes. So I made a commentary on this video, and I got so upset, like I just stopped the video because it was so ridiculously stupid, and you'll see why, because you'll see within like 2 minutes exactly why this video is incredibly stupid and completely pointless. So let's go ahead and start this.
Oh, look at me, I'm like so small. Alright, so you're kind of on your hunkers like that. Perfect.
Oh, my what?
Your hunkers.
My hunkers? Is that what you call me?
Hunkers. It's your knees. Oh. Why are we obsessed with knees? I have to insert a clip of us dancing like
Such funny antics.
Sexy stance.
Hello, Snap family.
This is gonna be great.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
And today I'm joined by the beautiful JaclynGlenn.
So beautiful.
And okay, so we
sexualized.
We had a little bit of a drama recently, and there's all this talk about YouTube drama right now. Basically, we were in a situation where we were both dating the same person at the same time without realizing it, and then we found out.
Melanie Melanie Murphy has 374,000 subscribers. She dated Toby Turner as well. I wonder what benefits she got.
This weekend of like dancing together and hanging out, and she's great. Like, we get along really great. There's absolutely no reason why we should have any problems between us.
Yeah.
She's nice. We went through a weird thing, but
Where's the Jeopardy music when you need it?
And that's like
Title's called How to Deal with Haters. I'm waiting to hear how to deal with haters.
storm to happen, and then have like something positive.
Instead, it's Toby Turner, Toby Turner, Toby Turner. Hey guys, Toby Turner.
We have a lot in common, and
we
that's
actually
like,
do.
We really do.
Yeah, we both dated Toby Turner.
For this video,
Toby Turner. Toby Turner. Yeah, yeah.
I feel like even if you're not a YouTuber, like you probably
Don't let it bother you, but make a video, you know, women on YouTube, then make another video talking about, make an apology on that because people make comments. Let's see how they say to deal with it. Now, you know, just not letting it bother you. You know, the exact opposite of how JaclynGlenn at least deals with her problems. Let's hear some hypocrisy, ladies and gentlemen.
in your life. Sorry, we are literally. Look at me. Look at me. This is a workout. It's a workout. I'm gonna.
What the?
Get like a picture. Oh my god. I feel like even if you're not a YouTuber, you probably deal with some kind of hate or like.
Everyone gets bullied, guys.
In school situations, there's just a lot of ways nowadays, especially with social media,
Everyone
to get
gets
hate.
bullied online. It's bad.
The internet is terrible. Like people, when they're anonymous, people will say such awful things. Like we both made a video a couple of weeks ago, and both of our videos exploded. Like I don't think either of us expected that. We made our videos for our viewers to like update them and stuff, and also just have our voices heard.
We
on
didn't
it.
really have a choice because of how much attention we were getting. Like every video I had or everything I posted, the comments were all about, you know, one thing. So I felt like I had to kind of.
I guess it was the Toby Turner video. Now they're not going to refer to it as Toby Turner, but they had no problem at the first part of the video.
Who says stuff like that first off? But what we want to talk about is why we don't care about getting mean comments and like, how, like if you're gonna do person, you need to like do as Taylor Swift says and shake it off and let it go. Shake it off. Like she's a singer, I am not.
No, but it is so bad. Some of the comments that I've been getting, and I've seen the comments.
See, this is what I don't get. You make a video, women on YouTube, and you say, oh, we get bad comments, blah, 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 and then you make a video saying, oh, well, that's what it's... And then you appear on this freaking woman's channel saying the exact opposite thing again. You go from position A to position B, back to position A again. What the hell is the point of your videos, JaclynGlenn? Like, Jesus Christ, can you make a concise point? Like, at all? Like...
A lot of them are very, very bad. But at the same time, I knew that. I knew that was going to happen before I posted my video. And I'm sure you expected it to a degree, too.
Yeah.
People are just so mean and opinionated on stuff they don't even know anything
about. And a lot of people were leaving comments, you know, without even watching. They were both of us were being very unbiased on the entire situation.
Yeah, your video was really good because. Like,
So, yeah, the Toby Turner video.
Tried to stay very, like, middle of the road.
Yeah.
And say our piece. So it was very, like, you know, informative, but not, like, one-sided at all. But people were still like, you know, fuck you. Yeah. You're just like, go down.
How? Okay, by your own admission. Hold on. Let me let them get their stupid.
That's one of.
That's hilarious. So, how is? You make a video about Toby Turner and you say it's informative. Oh, I dated Toby Turner, therefore there's a possibility he could have raped someone, but maybe he couldn't have raped someone. I don't know. And that's the video. How was your video informative? You dated Toby Turner. Very informative information. Very good video. I guess they both did the same thing.
On this whole thing is to expect that not everyone is gonna always agree with you in your life. Like you'll have opinions on things, and not everyone will agree. So if I ever talk about something that's a touchy issue, like you talk about politics on your channel, she will talk about religion and feminism and things like that a lot of people have a hugely strong opinion on. And I had my first recent experience with this the other day because I talked about why I used to be vegan and I amn't anymore. And I knew uploading that video that there'd be...
I'm sorry, the lighting is just...
Oh yeah, guys,
let's get down.
Let's get down on our knees. It's awful.
And see, this is about where I stopped the video last time because how to deal with haters. Obviously, they're not taking the video too seriously, but this is about where I stopped the video because if they're not going to take the video seriously, why should I take the video seriously?
I'm so sorry. You were in the middle of a beautiful speech. I'm melting in the Oh, what a world.
No. And now we're on the bed because, yeah, that lighting was just not happening.
Yeah, it was really not working for us. But you were talking about how you used to be vegan?
Yeah, so basically I put up a video and I kind of knew uploading that video that people were going to not agree with me, and that's okay. Like I had to learn that over a long period of time, that I need to just be cool with people not agreeing with me. Like, everyone doesn't have to like you, everyone doesn't have to agree with everything that you say, but that shouldn't ever like prevent you from saying something or from
yeah, it certainly doesn't prevent me from saying anything. A lot of people are surprised. I get a lot of like negative comments on my stuff. And I try to say all the time, like, I'll read off hate comments in a video because I think they're funny.
Yeah.
But, like, it shouldn't really matter because you know that people are just going to say things because they're sitting at home on their computer, anonymous.
Yeah.
They have, like, this, you know, shield because no one knows who they are. They can say anything they want.
Yeah.
And
it brings out the worst.
And you have a shield as well called your subscribers who, if anyone has any sort of criticism, you just run to them, or like JaclynGlenn did, run to the Amazing Atheist, and they'll defend her for her because she can't come up with any ideas herself. So yeah, you guys have that shield as well, and you are more than happy to use it.
And yeah, you should never care. Like, people are always gonna hate. Haters gonna hate is a phrase for a reason. Hey. And it's like, that's the thing. And I think that, like,
God,
getting into it is a huge
this video made me so angry the first time I saw it.
I used to get trolled really badly by this one person, and they used to set up so many fake accounts, and they still do. They still troll me.
Yeah,
They found out all this personal information about my family.
This is starting to sound like whenever someone gets negative criticism, they say that all the people criticizing me are from one account. Obviously, it's one person that's obsessed. They say to brush everything off, and what happens is, because they're brushing everything off, that even criticism and correct information gets hidden under the whole this person's a hater thing. And
my number, they posted my dad's address, not even my address, online, and I realized one day, like, it used to really get to me, and I woke up one day and I was like, why am I giving my energy to this person? Like, all they want is a response. When people hate on you and leave really mean comments, they want you, like, the best thing that they can get out of the situation is for you to reply. And sometimes I do. If someone says something but I feel like it's constructive criticism.
Posting your dad's address will get more than a reply. That's personal information. Again, very cheesy talk from Melanie right here. Just nothing but cheese in this video. But posting an address is worst thing you can do is give a reaction to this person. No, not really. The point of trolls is some trolls is to do damage, and if they posted the address of your dad, then they did damage. Luckily, it wasn't yours, I guess.
I have no problem replying to that, but
and a lot of people will probably say, and I've gotten this on other videos where I've addressed hate comments, they're gonna be like, well, this video is in a way responding to the hate and therefore encouraging more hate. But the point of this video is to kind of like send a positive message to other people out there watching that, you know, if you want to post something on the internet, don't let the fear of like a comment stop you from doing it, because it doesn't matter. And every single
What? I may be able to edit this because I may split this up to post on my YouTube channel. But in the Women on YouTube video, she was saying that she was worried about posting videos on YouTube because she did it because she's a woman and she may not get the reaction that she wants. And this was a video, a few weeks ago, and now she's saying that. Oh my God, this JaclynGlenn is just freaking. She's a whole different beast. Like, I don't know how to approach this. Like, she is so inconsistent, constantly making contradictions left and freaking right.
Every single person that you watch on YouTube, if you look up somebody, they've all gotten really bad comments. It doesn't matter who you are or what you talk about. You could be the
The women on YouTube and the whole freaking plagiarism thing should have ruined Jaclyn, and she's going just as fine as she ever was.
A video about acne, and I was like, oh, I'm making this video because I know there's so many people out there who are also really self-conscious about it, and I wanted to just show my flaws and stuff, and I only had 200 subscribers at the time. I thought I was doing a nice thing.
And you met Toby Turner.
15 million views, and if you want to go to the comment section of that video, you will question humanity. It's literally, like, it's so mean. Some people are so mean, but I look at those comments now and I laugh because it just takes, you have to like get over this hump where once you're over the hump, you're like, whatever, like everything.
Basically, shit. Well, I may end it there, but basically the hump that she's talking about is, and she won't admit it, is when you get enough subscribers that it no longer matters, where you're just so flooded with you're the best person ever that any criticism is just drowned out by that. Just, oh my god, it's so hard to watch JaclynGlenn like talk about any sort of subject because she constantly makes contradictions in her videos. So I mean, just 3 videos. The first one, it's the women on YouTube, and the second and third one, oh my god, just go against everything. Like, she defends it, but then she doesn't. She says, "Oh, it's edited wrong. How convenient." So I'm gonna take a tiny break, and I'll come back and we'll start a different series. If anyone's watching, feel free to post in the comments what series of videos you want me to watch, or if there's a specific video you want me to watch and do a commentary on that I know about, like I may be able to give some insight on, then feel free to post it in the chat. I'm going to take a little break and I'll be right back. If anyone's watching, feel free to post in the comments what series of videos you want me to watch, or if there's a specific video you want me to watch and do a commentary on that I know about, like I may be able to give some insight on, then feel free to post it in the chat. I'm going to take a little break and I'll be right back. If anyone's watching, feel free to post in the comments what series of videos you want me to watch, or if there's a specific video you want me to watch and do a commentary on that I know about, like I may be able to give some insight on, then feel free to post it in the chat. I'm going to take a little break and I'll be right back. If anyone's watching, feel free to post in the comments what series of videos you want me to watch, or if there's a specific video you want me to watch and do a commentary on that I know about, like I may be able to give some insight on, then feel free to post it in the chat. I'm going to take a little break and I'll be right back. If anyone's watching, feel free. All right, guys. So apparently YouTube says YouTube is not receiving a video to maintain smooth streaming. I don't know exactly what that means. Let's see, it says I don't have any drop frames. Maybe if I see, I may have to restart the stream. Let's up the bit quality, I guess. See if that fixes it. Let me fix this. Alright. I don't know who all's watching what's going on. It may just be me. Oops. Here's the thing for getting the best results. Sorry I'm doing this. Like I hope the stream hasn't looked terrible. I mean, I'm running it just fine, but I don't know exactly what's going on. Oh, really? Okay. I guess I need 5,000. I had no idea. 5,000. So and my audio bit rate's pretty decent. What the hell is this? Why would I need... Well, I don't think I can do high quality. But maybe that might make it better. It's still saying the video output's low. Just take this as an intermission while I kind of figure this out. I hope it's like I don't know what's going on. Video output is low. Anyway, well, I don't know. Like, if someone views this video, please tell me if you're having trouble loading. But let's see. Someone apparently made a rant video.
You don't increase your life by taking somebody else's.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're making a response video to Melanie Murphy, and we've had a heap of requests, people asking us to make a response to her recent video, Why I'm No Longer Vegan.
Oh God.
The hardest thing about being vegan is watching videos like this and listening to people's endless excuses and justifications for killing animals.
And watching videos like this makes us extremely angry and frustrated, and it's just like tearing your hair out basically, because someone like Melanie has a huge social media presence. She's speaking this message to over 350,000 people on YouTube, and it's very, very destructive.
So our response video today is not for Melanie. She's too far gone. She's tried this.
All right.
She just doesn't want to.
I don't think I could handle that video. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna call the stream there because I don't really have ideas for what other videos to talk about. So this was my my stream. So unless it tells me that my stream is healthy again. I've been broadcasting over an hour, so. Well, my video, even when I broadcast on here, is saying that it's not live. So maybe it was skipping frames on mine as well. We're still saying video output slow. Huh. Well, anyway, I don't know what the issue is, but I'm going to go ahead and stop streaming here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll